HGTV stars John Colaneri and Anthony Carrino are here. They're known for their excellent carpentry skills, and now they want to show children how much fun it is in what you can do with a toolbox. So the Cousins show all kids they can achieve with a few simple tools and a little guidance, of course. And also there's a new app that helps bring the book to life as well. Listen.
I was watching TV one night, I saw Novel Effect pop up. As soon as I heard the book read and the sound effects, I shot up. It recognizes phrases and then the sounds come out at the right time. To add that layer to the book was a no-brainer to us. But when it's as simple as open app, select the book title, that's a dream for a parent.
Yeah, you do exactly what you've always done. Read, the app does all the work.
It really truly is the illusion of magic.
And we call it TV magic around here, right? With all those sound effects. Please welcome Anthony and John. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
So absolutely, my pleasure. So looking at this book, I want to point out this little girl right here with the yellow shirt. Who is that, John?
That is my daughter, Lily. We put her in the book. She was such an inspiration of why we did this book and why we created it. She had to go in, so it's so much fun to see it all come to life.
A great looking family right there on the screen. So tell me about how this all came about. You say she was the inspiration, but was she the one who really gave you the idea to come up with this?
So I would go to my daughter's class that my wife was she also taught. She taught a preschool class. My daughter was in the class. And it was great because I'd bring my tools. I show all the kids how the tools worked. They loved it. They loved just to touch them, feel them, pass them around. You know, like, guys, don't get hurt. And my wife said, you and Anthony need to do a kid's book. So many kids love you guys. We need to start kids young. And that's where it all started. And then I told Aunt, I'm like, Aunt, we have to do it. It's time to do a kid's book.
You know, when John and I started talking about it, the other thing that really came to the forefront for us was that, you know, so much of the shop classes and hands-on classes are out of the curriculum today. So we thought, how do we start kids young, understanding that, you know, working with your hands is a good thing. You can give back to your community, and it just starts to get them those tangible skills that you really need to have, especially once you become a homeowner later in life. So between Jen's encouragement and seeing the connection to really bringing, you know, tools into kids' lives at an early age, it was a no-brainer for us.
And I was telling you guys earlier that at my place it was like pop quiz time with my dad. He would
I love it. That's the best.
What's a screwdriver? What's a drill? Show me this, show me that. Why is it, John, for you so important as a father to make sure that your daughter is handy around the house?
Well, I mean, look at the home improvement shows. They've taken over television. They're everywhere. I think when we started on HGTV 6 years ago, it's changed so much because it's so huge. Everybody's watching these shows, and we want our children to understand how to use them in their house, because our homes are it's our biggest investment that we make. So if kids can do that, it's really cool that they actually get to understand how they work.
Not to mention, don't you think it could save you some cash? I texted my dad earlier. I said, why did you make sure that I knew what all these tools were? He said, so you're not taken advantage of, and when something breaks, you can easily get in there and fix it without having to call the handyman.
And I think you nailed it. You know, you don't have to be the person doing the project. It doesn't have to be a DIY, but understanding the basics so that you can have a conversation with your contractor, your plumber, your electrician. These are important things to understand how the problem gets fixed. Even if someone else fixes it, you know, that's why we want to get these kids started earlier.
Well, like you said, DIY projects are certainly dominating, so let's bring on our table out here. Let's stand up. We pulled a couple of items, just, you know, laying around my house.
Sure.
Paintbrush, why not?
Yes,
well, I love this. This is the real tool. Look at that.
I like the sound of that. I was drilling holes earlier. Okay, so let's talk about what. Just looking at all these items, what can we come up with?
Yeah, so
you guys are the experts.
You know, when the kids are young, I think introducing a DIY project that's really easy to do but gets them working with their hands. So when we look at stuff like old base molding that's laying around the house, doing something like a height chart is really fun and really easy. And, you know, homes are not like they used to be, where they're your forever home. And when you move, a lot of these things get left behind. So if you create this height chart on something that's removable, you can continue to take it with you as your kids grow, move it from house to house.
Okay, and we got creative. What you didn't see is this started off as a piece of plywood. It was that vanilla colored, kind of like this.
Just your basic
so we go ahead, we paint it, right,
Yep.
with the paintbrush. What is this called? What is this tool called?
It's just a foam brush,
A spongy thingy.
But what's kind of cool, is, of course, you can paint it in white paint, but if you paint it in chalkboard paint, then that's something that kids can actually draw on it themselves. And like Anthony said, you guys can have fun. Now, my daughter loves rulers. She loves, taking the tape out. This is something that we can teach our kids how to read a measuring tape.
Yes.
How many kids really understand that? It's a lost art
and understanding the difference here between all the tools. We have to
what a
thank
bolt
Pottery Barn
is.
Kids for this whole tool set that is really handy dandy and cool.
Yeah,
with the
I
salt.
haven't seen this yet, and I'm a little jealous this wasn't around when I was a kid. So
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Pottery Barn Kids. There we go. I'm liking this whole set here. Okay, so what are you doing here? What can I write?
So I'm
with the red?
basically putting a straight line across the wood, and then every inch I'm putting a mark. And
I'm
then
gonna write my name just because
Do
I
it.
want to
There it is.
personalize it.
That'll personally be yours.
So the inches would be the the main marks,
Got
and then
it.
once you're done with all these, you can use a different color for the kids.
Just like that.
Yeah. Yep.
And like you said, we can always take it with you when you move. Okay, so what can you do with the toolbox is available now for pre-order. We'll hook you guys up with a link as well. It's out August 28th. Don't forget there's also an app to really bring it to life. It's like magic, right?
That's it. It's gonna be fun. I hope everyone goes out there and sees it. It's a great book, and it's great to get involved with your kids and do these projects.
I love it. Alex, back to you.
All right.